What's going on YouTube? V here. Today I have my Altergeist deck profile that's updated for the new December 3rd ban list. And I feel this is the best competitive deck profile out there. I feel it has a lot to offer for the metagame. And I feel that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, if you guys would take this deck to a regionals, you would easily get your invite. Now, before I say anything, I just want to say if you want to learn more about this deck profile that's not mentioned in this video, definitely check out ygomarks.com. Links will be below in the description. I'll go into more details about certain cards a little more than I am currently going to go into in this video. With that said, guys, I'm going to show you guys my main, extra, inside, and then after that, I'll be going over some of the cards I think that really need more explaining to do. So for the first thing we have is 3 Altergeist Multi-Faker, 3 Altergeist Marionetta, 3 Altergeist Meloseek, 2 Altergeist Sequitas, 1 Altergeist Concuri, and 3 Ash Blossoms. This is my first 40 card version of this deck. Normally I play Altergeist like 41. Before that I played at 42. This is my first 40 card main deck version. 3 Infinite Permanents, 3 Evenly Match, 3 Personal Spoofing, 2 Altergeist Protocol, 2 Altergeist Manifestation, 2 Heavy Storm Duster, 1 Solemn Warning, and 1 Solemn Strike. So that's the trap count in the deck. For the spells, we're going to have 3 Secret Village Spellcasters, 2 Paw Desires, 2 Paw Duality, and a 1-for-1. So like I said, guys, that's the main deck. It's the 40 card part of it. We'll go into the side deck. 3 Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, 3 Donneressa of Prankatops, 1 Heavy Storm Duster, 2 Wake of the Dragons, 3 Imperial Iron Wall, and 3 Dimensional Barrier. Now for the extra deck, we have a Link Karibo, 2 Altergeist Hextia, Clara Rushka, the Nightmare Package, Phoenix, Cerberus, and Ironhorn, 1 Witch Apprentice, Ningirsu, Borisol Dragon, and then we have just a bunch of cherry targets being ABC Buster, Chimera Tech, Totally Awesome, Ultimate Falcon. Well, Ultimate Falcon you can actually bring out with, you know what I'm trying to say. And then Totally Awesome and Kagari as well. So let me go into all the changes real quickly about this deck. Because if you guys noticed in the past, previous deck profiles, I always had Kagari and Shizuku. The thing is, with that, I think that Kagari is always the better target. If your opponent plays a Skytracker Ace Ray, and they're going to go into Kagari, that's not a big deal. Then you're just going to hit the other 2, meaning they'll only have that 1 Kagari. They don't. Skytrackers currently don't play that spell that allows them, which is the Beetle, that lets them recycle. So you're basically taking out the Kagaris with 1 card. It's phenomenal. Also, let's say somehow next level Yu-Gi-Oh! You and Reaper target you. Well, you can play Borisol Dragon and hit their Borisol Dragon, enabling your, once again, this is a side deck card, so enabling your already about to open Falcon that they're gonna most likely pop to go unavoided. You could easily go into that and just wash them. So that's why I like Kagari a lot. Also, I'm playing 2 Hextia. I'm noticing Altergeist builds run like a 3rd Hextia. You don't need it. You just don't need it. Like, for a while, I was running 3 Hexias until I realized it was never a needed card because you literally have an Altergeist sponsor by the name of Marionetta who gets you the Hextia back. It's just not that needed of a card. I believe the 3rd one was ran because it was the fear of going against a Borlo Dragon, and to be honest with you, it's just that fear is not longer around because no one's playing Borlo because they're all playing Borisword that this deck can easily bounce away. I also do play Clara and Rushka because I'm playing Secret Village Spellcasters at 3. I think Clara and Rushka, even though you play mostly Spellcasters, you still want to be in an instance where you don't have a Spellcaster, and Clara and Rushka can help you with that by getting rid of your hand, you're pulling your hand trap being an Ash Blossom and turning that into a Clara and Rushka. Of course, you gotta play this. The Nightmare Package is still essential because it is. 1 Witch Apprentice in case you play against Inspector Border. Same thing with this guy right here, Cerberus. I was gonna cut Cerberus, but there is an instance in which you can you can use your trap card over here, Infinite Permanents, which I'm trying to find, to get on Inspector Border and use your 2 monsters to go into Witch Apprentice to beat over an Inspector Border. Ningirsu is another card I was debating on cutting for a good minute, and the reason why I kept it is simply because we don't know what's going on with Cosmos, and this is a pretty good card to, take care of that. Ningirsu was really good at getting rid of Borlo Dragon, And now Niggeroosis could be good against getting rid of Cosmos, Dark Destroyer. So that's why it's still around. I still think it's kind of needed. Also, it's still there for problematic cards like Borisol Dragon as well. So, besides Ultimate Falcon, which we know because we play 2 Waking Dragons, you don't play 3 anymore, you play 2 because you just need 1 to resolve. Also, if you have 3, you can, since we're playing Duality, you don't want to reveal that card. If you do reveal that card Duality, it's pretty decent against like Sky Strikers who run like 3 Twin Twisters, but it's still not that good enough. And of course, we play Borisword. I have a video on this channel if you guys are new to the channel explaining why Borisword's good in this deck. How can this deck can make Borisword turn 2/turn 3, and it's pretty consistent. I played a regionals not long ago, and Borisword won me a couple of games by himself. It's a really great card, and unfortunately, even though his deck's a lot of money with infinite permits, you're gonna need a Borisword Dragon. Totally awesome. Even though we do a lot of grinding in this game, when we play against Paleos, I feel like Paleos can run Trap Trick better than we could run Trap Trick. I honestly do. I don't think we have room for Trap Trick. I don't think we should run Trap Trick. So since that's a real thing, I'd rather have a way to get rid of Totally Awesome. So even if Paleos are running Trap Trick, we could get rid of their Frog, and we could just, once again, outgrind them and play better. ABCs is the deck now. I won't be surprised if the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional Yu-Gi-Oh! Event you're gonna go to, you're gonna see ABCs. So reap rid of ABC Buster Dragon, and you're a happy person. And Chimeric Fortress Dragon. So you can run Mega Fleet, but I like Fortress better because Mega Fleet's for extra deck, and Fortress is basically 1 Cyber Dragon and all machine monsters. Invoke Mechabuzz machines. A lot of times when you play against the Invoke Cyber Dragon matchup, which is now a thing, or Cyber Dragons, they're going to leave like Seeger out of the board, or whatever that Link monster is. I always say Seeger, but I think I'm wrong about that one. Nevertheless, they're going to leave that monster on board. That monster's first line says it counts for a Cyber Dragon, so why not have an answer for that deck? Even though the decks are basically a free win, this just makes it a little bit easier. So let's go into the side deck real quickly. So we got 3D Barrier. So once again, ABC Dragons, Pendulum Magicians, Burning Abyss. This card is phenomenal against these decks. And not only is it phenomenal, but remember, we're playing Altergeist. Any trap is going to proc your cards. This card is low-key MVP. I don't care what anyone says about Imperial Iron War. It's so good of a card. Think about it. You're playing against ABCs, you flip Imperial Iron Wall, they can't be ABCs. Also, you get to proc your Altergeist card. You're playing against Cosmos, if there are any variants of Cosmos, Dinosaurs variants, you flip Imperial Iron Wall, deck dies. You're playing against Thunder Dragons, even though you have a great matchup, have a better matchup. These cards right here will give you that much more better of a matchup. This card is all around a phenomenal card. I played 2 previously, and I'm dead serious. I wish I played 3. Now I am playing 3, and I'm telling you right now, anyone playing Cosmos, anyone playing the ABCs, any of that Thunder Dragon crap comes at me, I'm flipping Imperial Iron Wall, and I'm winning that game easily. I can win that game in 10 turns. As long as this card faces on the field, they have to look at me, draw my Altergeist, and win. That's what it comes down to, guys. And if you are playing Altergeist, you really need to look into Imperial Iron War and how it works against the meta. This card's amazing against Sky Strikers. They're mainly 3 Twin Twisters, okay? They are always trying to get rid of your back row so they can have a better swing at you. They're trying to kill you. Playing cards like Waking the Dragon really does help a lot because you can bring out a really big monster and just beat their face in. So, like, this card brings out this card says they die. Like, it's that simple. Also, it's good against a lot of rogue matchups as well. A third Heavy Storm Duster. Once again, we are trying to outplay the mirror match, and Heavy Storm Duster just allows you to get rid of the mirror match's back row so you can play better Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again, listen to what I always say when you play the mirror match is always Altergeist Marionetta plus Protocol. That's your mirror match. That's how you win the mirror match. You open Marionetta to get your Protocol, and you stand that Protocol with Altergeist, and you literally cannot lose. Opening 1 Metal Seek and a Protocol against a mirror match, and they don't have the answer, that's a free win. That's how you win. This gets rid of the Protocol for the enemy, so you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Better. Also, 3 Dynamax Prankatops. So, Inspector Border is going to see a lot more play now. Not our deck just got a little bit boosted now by this ban list. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are going to be playing Inspector Border. Punish them. This card is the best way to punch them. We used to see Altergeist players play Inspector Border against a mirror match. We see other decks playing Inspector Borders. Screw that. Play Prankatops. Punish them. Also, when you play against Thunder Dragons, put this in case they go Denko Sekka. It's another way to get rid of them. But anyway, this is how you punish it. You special summon, you punch the Inspector Borders in the face, and then you pop and get rid of a card. For one card, you got rid of their answer for your deck, and you made him lose a card. Literally, you made him -1 with one card. You had a dedicated normal summon to bring out that Inspector Border, and with one Triceratops, you stop that immediately. This card is phenomenal against that in the mirror match, and I really think that every Altergeist player should be playing this instead of Inspector Border because it just punishes your opponent. And the last three, of course, are the Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries, which I explained before. So like I said before, this is a 40-card deck. I've never played 40 cards before with Altergeist. One of the things I am looking into, and I have been looking into nonstop, is Effect Veiler. Oh, before I begin about that, if you're not playing Kinkuri, you're not playing Altergeist. Like, this card's amazing. What are you doing? I've seen a couple of builds not play Kinkuri, and the explanations they give are just half-assed. Just say you can't find a Star 4-1, bro. It's $2. Okay? Just say you can't find it. I'll be okay with that. But don't light it in front of the camera and say, oh, Kinkuri's a bad card. This card's amazing. Ash Blossom Joy Spring at 3 is a card I really don't like to have at 3 due to the fact that we have Call by the Grave at 3. With that said, for alternative choices, we can use Effect Veiler. You can go 2 and 2 to stabilize your hand trap ratio, but it really depends on the meta right now. I mean, we have to see what happens. If we see more Sky Striker players or more Yu-Gi-Oh players in general running Call by the Grave in mass, then Ash Blossom Joy Spring becomes more of a must-have card. It becomes more of a must-have card, and Effect Veiler. And what we would have to do is probably go 2 Ash, 2 Effect Veiler, or 3 Ash, 2 Effect Veiler. That would put this deck's number up to 41 to 42. You can do it with this deck. I don't recommend it. I like 40. I always like 40. I like to go as low as possible. But if you have to, you can go 3 Ash, 2 Veiler, or 2 Ash and 2 Veiler. You can work those ratios depending on what your drawers, depending on how your shuffles are, to be 100% honest with you. Also depends on the meta in your area, of course. But you can add Effect Veiler. I think it's a phenomenal card. It's good against the mirror match, good against Altergeist, it's good against Sky Strikers, decent against Thunder Dragons, just to shut them down so you can do a little bit of searching. Good against Pendulum Magicians. Okay against if you hit Beatrice. And of course, BLS against the Burning Abyss matchup. So I mean, it has some dancing around room. So that's a card you can run. Another thing you notice in this deck profile is I run a ton of traps. So 1-for-1 is still a needed card. 1-for-1 plus a monster. 1-for-1 plus any monster card in your hand gives you a Meliseek, who will let you plus. So you have to run this card. Not only do you have to run this card, but opening up a play of like, where is it? Hold on a second. Opening up a play, and you'd be surprised how many times this happens. A play of these 3 cards, you literally go 1-for-1, pitch, special Meliseek, summon Marionetta, bring out Multi-Faker, bring out whatever monster, and right there, that's a first turn Hextia play with a monster behind it, depending on what you want, from 1-for-1. Now, does that play happen every single time? No, but it happens a good amount of times for me to mention in this video. You'll thank me when you play that card. I run 2 Duality and 2 Desires, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are not doing this, and I just don't know why. I'm seeing a lot of idiots run 3 Desires. You don't run 3 Desires in Altergeist unless you want to lose with Altergeist. Listen, I think Desires is a great card, but the only way I can see it being ran at 3 if you run like something like Paleos or a 60-card variant. You don't run 3 Desires at all in Altergeist. It's just bad. Drawing an extra Desires means you went -1. Literally went -1. It's a horrible way to do it. And you could have lost, and you're losing a lot of combo pieces. Going Desires means you're going to give it combo pieces to get a little more consistency in your deck at that turn, at that moment. It's pretty important. So you don't want to you don't want Desires into another Desires. The reason I'm putting 2 Duality is because you still want to have a chance to get all your combo pieces. Once again, your trap lineup is literally going to help out your monster lineup. They're going to work hand in hand. Also, playing 3 Secret Vigil Spellcasters over Imperial Order, which I did take off of this deck, it's much better. Even though Secret Vigil Spellcasters is absolute booty in the mirror match, it's still better than Imperial Order. Imperial Order was a card you would activate to hopefully proc a Multi-Faker, but the problem with that is if you do proc a Multi-Faker, you got Imperial Order, and now you're going to pay 700 life points, and your opponent could easily grind you out if they're playing in the mirror match against you. With that said, I think a 3rd Secret Village over Imperial Order is an infinitely better choice. It's good against the Sky Striker matchup, which is going to be the most dominant deck in the meta right now. Also, it's good against plenty of other matchups as well. So, I think Secret Village is a lot better. You also notice I'm playing one warning, one strike, and not double solemn strike. The answer is simple. We're starting to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Players run Unexpected Border main decked. For that, we're gonna need that one warning. I wish we could have 2 warnings and 2, in the meta instead of having a play set of strikes. I would set up for 2 and 2, and I would just play 2 warning because literally stopping Unexpected Border is huge. Stopping Unexpected Border and then going into a multi-faker is a big FU to every Yu-Gi-Oh! Player that's main decking Inspector Border just to beat this one deck. Let's be honest about it. This quarter for what it is, my friends. With that said, I still think Solemn Strike is another good card you're going to need, but I don't want to go OD. I know a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players who are playing like 3 strikes, a warning, and a judgment. Listen, man, you can do that if you want to, but my Altergeist matchup, if my opponent wants to, we can store that whole 40-minute mark, 50-minute mark. We could burn that clock hard, and we could play Yu-Gi-Oh! In Game 1 all day long. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In Game 1 and then with the new time ruling, man, I'm not going to want to play with 3 strikes and a solemn judgment or warning. You're just asking to lose fast as possible. That's why I'm running 1 warning and 1 strike. They are good cards, but they're only good cards when they stop the early game. Warning and strike, and later on draws is not that good. Late game or warning and strike is absolutely terrible, especially when the clock's being used against you in this game. And let's be honest with you guys, you're playing at a high-scale Yu-Gi-Oh! Event, regionals, YCS, until nationals. If this deck makes it to there, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble if you're gonna be running that whole solemn package. I still also put the 2 Heavy Storm Dusters in for the mirror match. Some Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are cutting 1 manifestation, and some of those Yu-Gi-Oh! Players also are not winning as much as they could because manifestation is amazing. You Soliloquy's manifestation, it's recyclable, but you're not always going to get your manifestation because you're going to play Pile of Desire, so that's, that's why you run 2. My favorite card in this, I mean, that's a good card, sure, whatever. That's my favorite card. Evenly Match wins you the matchup against every single deck going second. Think about it. Strikers go up. They set their whole board up. Your turn. You open Evenly Match. You clean their field out. All that advantage they just got meant nothing because you cleaned their board. You got the mirror match. They're setting 5 back row with a Meloseek. Adorable. Evenly Match. Try again, son. This game's over already. You're playing against other dragons. They're going to go 3 Colossus and a Titan. He's going to think he's cool because he's playing a $1,000 deck. Evenly Match says, face down. Can't even get it back. Once again, do I have to keep going? Like, this is the best card of the format for Altergeist. You could play main deck and other decks, sure, I guess, possibly, maybe. But Evenly Match and Altergeist alone is amazing. Also, Evenly Match is also good against ABCs, because if you get ABC plays to open up, because they like to do that thing where they go ABC Buster, and then during the standby phase, they like a Transformer, they unlock themselves, go ABC back on the board using Union Hanger to get another ABC monster in the back row. Evenly Match, clean that board up again. Try again, son. Like ABCs, every deck in the meta loses the Evenly Match. That's why it's on everyone's side. And Altergeist, you can main this because you can go Evenly Match, clean their board up, and then after Evenly Match resolves, go into multi-faker, and you could go into a Hextia play with like either Marionetta or depending what's in your hand, if you want to add more cards in your hand, because what I'll do is I'll go with Marionetta, pop Marionetta, go Meloseek. So I'll have a negate and a search. You can do this play. And if you want Marionetta also, you could also use that Marionetta because what you do is you go Evenly Match, multi-faker into Meloseek. These 2 make this guy. This is going to search you on him, summon him, set a protocol, get rid of him, and then go back into him. So next turn, you got either a monster negate or spawner trap negate after you just evenly match your opponent. You've done this with 2 cards. How the hell are you not winning it at every regional with this deck? This is one of my favorite decks in the game right now, and literally, it's probably, unless Konami hits this deck, I'm probably going to take this deck with me to Nationals, as I'm going to win Nationals here with this goddamn deck, because it's that good. It runs a lot of degenerate cards that just say, I get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Better than you. I'm going to let you do your combo, bro. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to beat you anyway. That's what this deck does, and I mean, I'm really biased with Altergeist, because it's one of my favorite decks. I do have a lot of other decks I really like a lot. I do enjoy Pendulum Magicians. I'm still working on my Sky Striker deck. It's really proxied, but I might show you what I'm working with without my hood for my Sky Striker deck, because I love Sky Strikers as well. I love Pendulum Magicians. I do have Burning Abyss. I'm going to have some more deck profiles coming up for you guys. But right now, right here is the best deck of the format. Nobody knows about it because they're excited about the shiny new Thunder Dragons. They're excited because Strikers didn't get hit yet. And I'm telling you right now, this deck doesn't care about those decks. This deck just wants to win, and it's going to. Anyway, guys, it's your boy V. Please make sure to subscribe. Hit the like button. Comment below because I read every single one of your comments. And you guys have a great day. One last tip for everybody before I actually end this video. I'm playing 1 Sky Striker Ace token. The reason why is because we're playing a Sky Striker format where Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are not playing their Ace token. We're not playing the Ace tokens. They're not putting it out when they play the card. Also, you see I have a Kagari, ace token. Now, with Konami's rules is, you're allowed to use anything as a token. That's still a current Konami rule. Anything can be used as a token. A shoe can be used as a token. As long as it's not actually a Yu-Gi-Oh card, you can't really use that. But anyway, what I like to do with the ace tokens, I like to do something like this. See what I did there? Main deck side extra, my token. Now, this actually is my Sky Striker deck. The token's in there. It's all legit. It's all good in the hood. But what I like to do with the Sky Striker ace token in this deck is do the same thing. The reason why is because before you start physically playing Yu-Gi-Oh with your opponent, you know, card for card, the opponent's going to be looking at your deck box. Depending on your deck box you have, I have a gorgeous one. This is a beautiful one by Ultimate Guard. This is a Sidewinder. This is the Flippin' Tray, which I like a lot as well. These are gorgeous deck boxes, and I had them for a while, actually, and they last pretty long. But with that, your opponent's going to be looking at that, and the first thing you'll see is Sky Striker Ace token. So in his mind, he's going to be getting ready to play something like Tricksters, something like, Trickster Sky Strikers, or something like Sky Strikers. And you're going to play him with Altergeist. This gives you a huge advantage, and this is something you could actually do in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami has no rules against this. This is not no way of a deception or any kind of play. You have a token because you can actually, you know, your opponent can actually play strikers, you can use it. Also, you have Kangari, so you have a setup right here. Everything's all here. Also, sometimes you'll get like a Konami rep that would like to be a Konami judge that would like to be a prick. You go, listen, bro, I got Waking the Dragons. I could bring that card out. Okay, it's all good. We got this. So just want to give you guys a heads up. I know there's a lot of confusion behind this token. I actually made a deck profile a while ago, and I mentioned this for like 2 seconds, and I got a bunch of comments about this. You can still legally do this in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's in the Konami rulebook. You could actually do this. Trust me, I've looked this up. I read the rules constantly to make sure everything I say in this video is good. Also, I'm going to get flamed in the comment section of my own video. This is actually a legal move you can do. And with this token, your opponent will think you're playing something else, but that's on them. You said nothing. You deceived them in no way. That is 100% on them. I used to do this a long time ago when we used to play Gores and use a Gores token. It was a homemade Gores token I used to have, and my opponent will instantly think I'm playing something like Gores, so they'll be more, they won't go all in on their attack. And it used to be a whole thing about that in Yu-Gi-Oh! But nevertheless, this is something you can legally do in the game. Anyway, guys, enjoy your win.